Hello, and welcome to today's Flow into Yoga Vinyasa class. So today's class will be a power class. So we will be doing a lot of chaturangas, push-ups, but just know that you can modify this class if you need to. Always take a child's pose or any sort of rest pose that you need when you need it. I'm going to encourage you to have a couple of blocks today, but if you don't have blocks, no worries. It's not necessary. And I will be posting this class to my YouTube channel, Yoga by Tonya. If you haven't subscribed to that, please go ahead and do that. Subscribe to that, uh, maybe like this video, and help us build this online membership weekly class. So we are going to get started. We're going to come to our mats, start in a child's pose. So as always, if child's pose hurts your knees, just know you can come into a puppy pose where your hips are stacked over your knees, or you can even roll to your back and hug your knees to your chest. So just finding the position that works best for your body. Closing your eyes or have a soft gaze. Taking a deep full in breath into the belly, ribs, chest, expand. And staying for the exhale. Again, deep full in breath. As you exhale, you soften and release the soft tissues. One more deep in breath, belly, ribs, chest expand. And then exhale, release. Let everything melt to the mat. So what's important here in our power class, our power flow, is that we are really working on finding the balance between effort and ease. Not over efforting, not under efforting, finding the balance between effort and ease, even in our breath. Still breathing deeply. I like to think of the balance between effort and ease is like when you're floating in water on your back. You're not over efforting, you're not too relaxed, under efforting. You're just right there in a nice balanced position. That's what we're going for today. That's our intention. So let's go ahead and take a deep, full in breath in. Option to part the lips, sigh out the breath. And then as you inhale, rolling back up into tabletop position. So big starfish hands, knees are hip width apart. You're going to inhale, drop your belly, heart and gaze move forward. Exhale to cat, really press the mat away. Inhale, cow. And then as you exhale, you're moving into cat. If you want to add any extra movements here, go ahead and do that. A little bit of free play. Couple more breaths. And you're just going to lift your hips into your down dog. Maybe you want to pedal the feet, shift the hips from side to side. Taking a deep, full in breath. Exhale, release. Again, deep, full in breath. And then as you exhale, bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat. Inhale, walk or step between your hands. To exhale, coming into a rag doll, maybe sway side to side, you can bind or not. Head is heavy. And then inhale, lifting all the way up into extended mountain. Head is the last to lift. Going slow. Interlace the fingers, pistol mudra. Exhale, reach to the right. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, you're reaching to the left. Now center. Lift the breastbone up. And then as you exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale to extend it. Exhale to a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. Walk or step back to your plank. Drop to the knees, the chin, chest, belly. And inhale, just lifting the head and shoulders. Coming into baby cobra. Elbows hug in. Hands are here on the mat, but they're just in a supportive position. Exhale, release the head and shoulders. 2 more. Inhale, lift up, baby cobra. Gazes down your nose. Exhale, release. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, release. And then press through your plank or table to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, and then walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Maybe your gaze looks up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Drop to the knees, the chin, chest, belly. And inhale, lifting up into cobra. Thighs are on the mat. Gaze is down your nose. As you exhale, release the torso. Tuck your toes. Make your way to down dog. Deep in breath. Stay for the exhale. Bend your knees, look to the top of the mat. And then as you exhale, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. So option this time to drop to the knees, chin, and chest, belly. Move through a baby cobra or cobra. Or if you want more, you want to intensify, you shift forward on your toes, lower halfway to chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. And then you exhale to your down dog. Deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, walk or step to your plank, to go or flow to your down dog. Moving with your breath. When you get to your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Bend into the knees, inhale. And exhale, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bending into your knees. Your bellies are on your thighs. I like to reach my palms behind me and then lift up into chair. Really shifting the weight towards the heels. Feet are hip width. Knees are even. You got 3 to 5 breaths here. Make it count. And on your next exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, walk or step back to your plank, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, inhale the left leg long. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. Inhale, step that left foot forward. Plant the back foot down. Inhale the arms to airplane, and lift the torso up into your warrior one. You need to have just a little bit of movement in this first warrior. Go ahead. Rounding the knife edge of that back foot. Making any little adjustments. You have 3 to 5 breaths here. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Step that left leg back, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the right leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step that right foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. 3 to 5 breaths here. Finding your balance between effort and ease. And then exhaling, planting the palms to the mat, stepping the leg back, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into the knees, inhale, lifting up into chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms, walk or step back to your plank, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale the left leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step that left foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. One breath. Inhale. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat, step the leg back, go or flow to down dog. Inhale the right leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step that right foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. One breath. Inhale, lifting up. Exhale, planting the palms down, stepping the leg back, go or flow to down dog. Inhale, bend into the knees, look to the top of the mat, walk, step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend into your knees. Inhale, lift up chair. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your palms to the mat, walk or step back to your plank, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. You can stay here or begin to flip your dog. So you're just gonna bring that foot down to the outside edge of the mat, coming into half wheel. Gaze looks at your middle left finger. And then exhale, plant the palms to the mat, coming back to your down dog. Inhale the right leg long, option to stack the hips or come into flip dog. Finding your gaze. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. And then just go or flow to your down dog. Bend into the knees, inhale. And then as you exhale, you walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, ragdoll. So you can sway side to side. You can come into a bind or not. And inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale, palms to heart center. Feet are hip width apart. Just take a moment here just to find your foundation of your feet, your legs. Hips are over the ankles. Shoulders are over the hips. Gaze is soft. Good. Inhale, reaching up into extended mountain. Exhale, bring your palms to heart center as you bend into your knees, sitting down into chair. So shift the weight towards the heels, lengthen through the spine. You're not concaving down. You're reaching that tailbone back behind you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, you're twisting to the left. You can keep your twist high or bring that elbow to the outside edge, the right elbow to the outside edge of the left thigh. Knees are even, so go ahead and even up those knees. Inhale to chair. And exhale, we're twisting to the left. Making all those micro adjustments. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Inhale, chair. Exhale, forward fold. Deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. And then inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant the palms to the mat. Walk or step back to your plank. Go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long. Option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step this left foot forward. So high crescent lunge is next. Maybe grab a block if you need it. And bend into that front knee. And lift up into your high crescent lunge. So my heels over the ball of my foot. My heels over the ball of my foot, yeah. Or you can plant that back foot down if you need to. Lifting this back thigh towards the ceiling helps. Bending into this front knee helps. Palms can come to your heart. Shoulders relax and release. Breath is deep and spacious. Gaze is soft. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and then as you exhale, you're twisting to the left. You keep it high or bring that elbow to the outside edge of your thigh. Press into the palms to help stack your shoulders. You can stay here or release this left palm down to the mat or a block, or right palm to the block or mat, left palm to your hip, or reach those left fingertips towards the ceiling. Gaze can follow your left thumb. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat. Now listen, we're gonna drop this back foot down. Inhale, lift up, quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Take your right toes so they point to the back edge of the mat. Bending into that knee, coming into warrior two, facing the back of the mat. Facing the back of the mat, you're on the right side, warrior two. Exhale, side angle lunge, forearm to your thigh, left fingertips reach to the back of the mat. And then from here, bring your left palm to your hip. Begin to straighten the right leg, coming into your triangle. So what we don't want to do is concave down. It's not about reaching the mat. Staying lengthened through our spine and torso here. Our left hip and left shoulder move as if there's a wall behind us. We're going to press those points into a wall and maybe look up at your thumb. Triangle. Notice your breath. And then from here, just going to bend into this right knee. Inhale, lift up, quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Take those left toes so they point to the top of the mat. So we're on the left side. And step this back foot up a little bit closer. So there's about 2.5 feet between my feet. Place the block hip width apart from the left foot. We're setting up for a pyramid. So you can come into a bind behind your back. Inhale, lengthen through the breastbone. And exhale, hinging at the hips. So hug this left thigh in. There's a tendency for it to pop out. Hug it in. You can stay here, just hang out in your pyramid, or reach this right palm down to the block or mat, left palm to your hip, and just begin to stack your shoulders, coming into a revolved triangle. Maybe those left fingertips reach towards the ceiling. Maybe you look up. Notice your breath. And then exhale, bend into this knee. Plant the palms to the mat. Step the legs back to plank. Go or flow to your down dog. Inhale the right leg long, option bend the knees, stack the hips, and then gently step this right foot forward. You have a back knee if you need it. And we're going to inhale, lifting up into high crescent lunge. Your palms to your heart space. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, you're twisting to the right. Again, if you need to drop that back knee, go ahead and do that. Breath is deep and easy. finding the balance between effort and ease. You can stay here or release the left palm down to the mat or block, right palm to your hip or reach towards the ceiling. Evolved crescent lunge. Exhale, plant the palms to the mat and drop this back foot down. Inhale, lift up, bring your block with you. Quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Left toes point to the back of the mat, bending into this left knee, warrior two. Always add movement if you need to. Inhale. Exhale, side angle lunge. Bring this right palm to your hip. Begin to straighten the left leg. Coming into a triangle. So you can always stay here. You don't have to extend the arms and hands in your triangle, where you can. You find that imaginary wall behind you, really lengthen through the arms and the spine. So be loose here, really lengthen. Good. And bending into this left knee, lift up. Quarter turn to the long edge of the mat. Plant the right toes down so they point to the top of the mat, replacing your block. Hip width apart from the right foot, stepping that back leg up. Pyramid. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinging at the hips. Thighs hug towards one another. Stay here. Release the left palm down. Stack your shoulders. Revolved triangle. Exhale, bend into that right knee, plant the palms down, step the legs back, go or flow to your down dog. When you get to your down dog, it's time to take a child's. Can you let your shoulders rest? Bring your palms back by your ankles. Focusing on the breath. Allowing the soft tissues of the body to release and melt towards the mat. You're softening, deepening. And then reaching the palms towards the top of the mat, lifting up, going or flowing to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale, bend into the knees, loop to the top of the mat, walk or step between your hands. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift all the way up into extended mountain. Exhale your palms to heart center. Good. So we're coming into a balancing pose. Next, actually, we're just gonna do eagle. So just a variation of chair here. So sitting down into our hips. Our feet are hip width apart. We're in chair. Take your right thigh and cross it over your left. You can use your toes as a kickstand or come into the bind. Reach the arms away from you. Right arm comes underneath the left. You can hold onto your shoulders or bind the forearms. Elbows are even with the shoulders, palms move away from the face. You sit a little lower. If you want to intensify, you add 3 crunches. Come out of this, you release the arms first and then the legs. Inhale. And exhaling. Good. We're going to sit back down into chair. This time, a left thigh over the right. You can bind or just use your toes as a kickstand. Reach the arms away from you. The left arm underneath right. Palms to shoulders or bind. And then as you exhale, you sit a little lower. Maybe you find a spot on the floor that doesn't move, a dristy. Intensify 3 crunches. Come out of this, you release the arms and then the legs, coming back to Tadasana. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Inhale, reaching the palms up into extended mountain. Exhale to a forward fold. Belly to thighs, ragdoll. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the palms, walk or step back to your plank, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep, full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long, option to bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently step this left foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale to warrior 1. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale, reverse triangle, straighten that left leg, reach that left fingertips out towards the ceiling. And exhale, lift up. We're going to bend into this left knee and start to come into a warrior 3. Lifting up that, not warrior 3. Sorry, half moon. Lift this back leg up, left palm plants down. Right fingertips going to reach towards the ceiling. Maybe you look up at your right thumb. I like to really press through the heels of both of my feet, extend through the arms and the spine. And then from here, you're turning your torso so it's facing the mat and forward fold into standing splits. Plant that back foot down, plant the legs down, go or flow to your down dog. In your down dog, take a deep full in breath. Stay for the exhale. Inhale the left leg long, bend the knees, stack the hips. And then gently, inhale the right leg long, bend the knees, stack the hips. And then exhale, gently step that right foot forward, plant the back foot down. Inhale, warrior one. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Reverse triangle. And then inhale, lift up, bend into that knee, and then coming into half moon. Oops, if you fall out of it, no worries. Just come right back into it. Focus on your breath here, finding the balance between effort and ease. And then exhaling to your standing splits. And then exhale, plant the palms to the mat, plant the back leg down, go or flow to your down dog. When you get to a down dog, just take a child's pose. You let your shoulders rest, go ahead and let them rest. Making your way back to your down dog. Inhaling. Bending into the knees, looking to the top of the mat. Listen, we're stepping the feet to the outside edge of our hands. Malasana squat is next. But if you don't have the mobility for a Malasana squat, just know you can come into some squats here. So you can also use your block here. You can also grab a chair, use the corner of a chair. You're sitting down into Malasana. If you don't have a block, make sure you're not concaving down. You're lengthening through the spine, elbows to the inside of the thighs. Release the left palm down, reach those right fingertips up. Exhaling back, palms to apart, and then reach those left fingertips up. And then exhaling back, Malasana. Good, you're gonna plant the palms to the mat. If you have any props, go ahead and move them out of the way. And then we're just gonna walk the feet hip width apart. And we're gonna gently sit down into boat pose. So if you need to use your hands to help you get there, go ahead, or you can just reach the arms forward and sit into boat. So your feet can be planted, your palms can be planted. You can hold behind the thighs. You can lift one leg up and then the other if you need to. But we're coming into a half boat here. So make sure you're not concaving down, lengthening through the spine. Exhaling to low boat. And inhale, boat. Exhale low. Inhale up. Exhale low. Inhale up. Exhale low and hold. And then release the legs to the mat and reach the arms above the head. Good. Bend the knees to the belly. Hug the knees in. You're going to stack your knees over your hips. And I want you to have your lower back pressed into the mat. You're going to tap one toe to the mat and then the other. If you need to intensify, you just tap the toes further away from the body. You're making sure you're keeping your lower back to the mat. So if you're arching, you're going too far. Remember, balance between effort and ease. Then you bring your knees back up, place the feet to the mat, wider than hip width apart, and just gently windshield wiper from side to side. And inhale, take a full body stretch. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest. And inhale, stack your knees over your hips, interlace the fingers behind the head. So you're just letting the head rest into these interlaced fingers. You can also just keep the head and shoulders to the mat. We're going to extend the left leg long. Option to bring that shoulder up and cross over here into a twist. Not reefing, not pulling. I like to keep my grounded shoulder on the mat. Interlaced fingers are just there to protect your head. I like to go slow, but you can go faster. Noticing your breath. Good, and then just planting the feet to the mat. This time take a full body stretch. Inhale. Exhale, hug your knees to your chest. And plant the feet to the mat, gently windshield wiper from side to side. Good, you're gonna bring your feet so they're hip width apart, plant the palms to the mat, externally rotate your shoulders here. Chin lifts away from the chest. Feet are on the mat, they're hip width apart. You're just gonna lift your hips up into bridge. Gaze is neutral. Thighs hug towards one another. And exhale, gently release down. This time you're walking your feet a little bit wider than hip width. So stay with me here. You're gonna press into these knife edge of the feet, and then inhale, lift back up into bridge. Press, press, press into the knife edge of those feet. Gonna feel a little bit different movement here. Maybe the inner thighs have to work a little bit harder. Maybe different areas of the glutes have to work a little bit harder. You're still wanting to press into the outer edge of the feet, which keeps your thighs moving towards one another. And you're going to exhale, release down. Walk your feet so they're hip width apart. Again, externally rotate your shoulders and then lift your hips back up into bridge. This time you can interlace the fingers underneath you or maybe bend the elbows. If wheel is in your practice, you're welcome to do that. Finding the balance between effort and ease. Imagine you're floating in the lake. Not over efforting, nor are you under efforting. And you're going to exhale, release down. And again, just take a full body stretch. Inhale. As you exhale, just allow the back to rest here. You're gonna walk your legs over to the right corner edge of the mat. Option to cross your ankles by placing the left ankle on top of the right. Grab onto your left wrist and gently pull to the right corner edge. Side body stretch. Coming back to center. Deep full in breath. Exhale, release. Walk the feet over to the corner edge of the mat on the left side. You can cross your ankle, grab onto the right wrist, and pull to the left. It's a gentle tug. And then releasing, coming back to center, bend the knees, and just gently windshield wiper from side to side. And you're just going to begin to come into an inversion here. So if you have a block or a folded blanket, you can use that. Or you don't have to use anything underneath you. You can just lift the legs up. You can keep the knees bent. You can add some movement here. Or you can bring your block or blanket, large wide surface edge of the block is underneath your sacrum. I'm just getting the legs above the heart here, legs and hips. Maybe even just closing your eyes. Breath is deep and spacious. Breath is smooth. Breath is easy. I'm just beginning to lower the feet to the mat. Lifting the hips up. If you have a prop, go ahead and remove it. Hugging your knees to your chest. You can draw circles here, or if you want to come into a happy baby variation, you can go ahead and do that. Just a little bit of free play here. Finding what works best for you. Your lower back and tailbone, they're on the mat. You're not lifting up. You're not hugging so far in that your lower back and sacrum are off the mat. Jaw is soft. And you're just going to stack your knees over your hips, cactus the arms. Exhale the knees to the left side. Supine twist. Now you can use a blanket or a block between your thighs or even underneath the left thigh. That feels more comfortable. Deep, full in breath. Exhale, release. Inhale back to center. Plant the feet to the mat. Lift the hips up. Exhale, release the hips down. Stack the knees over the hips and exhale the knees to the right. Again, use your prop if you need to. Left shoulder stays on the mat. Deep, full in breath. Exhale, release. Supine twist. Inhale back to center. Plant the feet to the mat. Maybe lift the hips. And then on your next inhale, you're just taking a full body stretch. And as you exhale, you're coming into your Shavasana, rest pose. Closing the eyes. Deep, full in breath. Maybe part your lips and just sigh out the breath. Shavasana. into the fingers. Rotate joints. Gently blinking the eyes open. And as you inhale, you're taking a full body stretch. When you exhale, you bend into the knees, roll to the right side in a fetal position. Just allowing some space here. Space for gratitude. Space for renewal. Space for joy and abundance. And then when you're ready, gently press yourself up into an easy seated position. Taking your time. Palms to your heart space, bow your head. May there be peace in your thoughts. May there be peace in your words. May there be peace in your heart. May you share that with all beings. Thank you so much for joining me with so much gratitude. Namaste. All right. Thank you for joining me today. It was a pleasure as always. I hope you got a lot out of this class. Please reach out to me with any questions or comments. I'd be happy to speak with you. And please come join our online membership. We have a great time here, a lot of variety of classes, and a lot of flexibility to your schedule with replays, class replays. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will talk to you soon.